We have a business spotlight this week. We have with us today Ammar Ramadan. He is the owner of Flawless Finish, Omaha-based company that does a lot of commercial cleaning here in the area. Ammar, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Yeah, it's good to have you with us, and we are so excited to have you as a new sponsor of Grow Omaha. Your company is our new Wall Street column sponsor on the newsletter, written by the one and only George Morgan. So I guess I should also officially welcome you to the Grow Omaha family.
Thank you. It's awesome to be part of the family.
Well, tell us a little bit about Flawless Finish, what you guys do, and the 30,000-foot overview.
So we are a janitorial business, and I know, another janitorial business, but we really focus on customer service. And I know that sounds boring, but there are so many times where I want to make a connection with my clients. I want to go above and beyond for them. I want to make sure they're happy. I want to make sure, they can call me if anything happens. And so I really try to hone in on that. A lot of my current clients are restaurants, and I have a background. I'm a part-time bartender now, but I used to be a full-time bartender. And, I eat at these restaurants. The managers know me. I moved out into like office buildings and all that kind of stuff and apartment complexes. And I can sit down with those decision makers for hours. We can go get a drink. Like I know them, we do favors for each other. And so I really make sure I have a good relationship with my clients. And, try to always do a good job, make sure, there's no complaints. Some things come up here and there, and that's okay.
So as an office dweller and a person that's dealing with people that are running offices all the time, you hear about cleaning services, and it's a tough business. You've got to find quality people to work for you. You got to make sure that you have a good reporting system. And what are the other major challenges, and what sets you apart?
So when it comes to reporting for me, and my staff are rock stars. I had a knee surgery a couple months ago, and there wasn't a single issue. I was on the bed for 2 months, never a single issue. They clocked in, clocked out, send me pictures, business as usual. But for issues, I think towing the line when it comes to sales, there's so many companies out there. There's so much competition. You want to be persistent but not annoying, and I have a problem with that. Like, I don't want to push people too hard. Like, I'll give them a call, I might stop in, but if they're like, oh, we'll think about it, we'll call you back, I don't like pushing it forward, which is why I have a salesperson now, and he does a great job. But yes, those are big challenges, especially for me personally.
But you made it when you're getting referrals from current customers.
Yes.
Because that's really how most of those businesses, I'd imagine, grows. Are you starting to see a lot more of that?
Yes. Referrals are awesome, and I love when it happens. I just feel like a bigger company when that happens. It's not all outreach. It's not all, outbound sales. I got 2 restaurants from referrals, and I was like, oh, my God, this is awesome. I love this.
and when it comes to, friends and family and people that or referrals, you can't take it for granted, and because once you get a client, you can only lose that client or
that is
keep
true.
that client forever, and you're always proving yourself, and you got to remind yourself it's something that comes easy can leave just as easy.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm proud of having a 94% retention rate within my clients. If they sign up, they usually don't leave. It happened once, and the type of that cleaning was move in, move outs. And I just don't do it anymore because, I'm just not good at it. And that's okay.
Talking with Ammar Ramadan. He is the owner of Flawless Finish for this week's Business Spotlight section. And Ammar, I'm just kind of curious, how'd you get into the business? You were telling us earlier you're the son of college professors. And so how does someone wake up one day and say, I'm going to go into the cleaning business?
That's a great question. It's a funny story, actually. I was a full-time bartender at Bonefish Grill, bambing shrimp
Fun
and everything.
place.
Yeah. And my boss, Chris, kept telling me, God, these cleaning companies, they're not great. I'm so tired of switching, and they kind of did this. They took something, they missed a spot, and I'm like, how much are you paying these guys? Just be honest with me. And me and Chris have a good relationship. I was like, how much are you paying these guys? And he told me, I'm like, okay, so if I pay someone $22 an hour, and then I pay for insurance, and I pay for this, and I pay for this, I'm like, okay, I still have some money left over. This could be real. And I'm like, can I do this? Would you let me? He was like, all right, my contract ends in February. Go for it. And I'm like, okay, done. And they've been with me ever since. And then I just kept expanding. A lot of challenges along the way, but I feel like I've positioned myself in the industry. It's a great in between. You know, there's all these like huge franchises, huge big companies that have multiple executives all making, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is great. But they have so many costs that I don't have to pay. But at the other hand of that, or the other spectrum, there's a lot of small companies like mom and pop shops where they can charge low prices, but you know, a lot of companies don't want the owners of the company doing the cleaning, and that's some of the law firms that I have told me. And so I feel like I position myself in the industry where I'm reliable, but also at a good cost, you know.
So you found a niche is what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of like the in-between, or like not extremes. You can get these franchises that cost a lot of money. I'm just below that.
How do people get a hold of Flawless Finish? Just the website or?
Website, flawlessfinishomaha.com. You can always email me, Ammar at flawlessfinishomaha.com. Or you can just text me or call me at my number, 402-599-3351.
Ammar, Trenton earlier was talking about, you know, the challenges of the business. And one of the things we always hear with the tight labor market, how do you get good people? How do you get good people? What types of troubles or successes have you had with recruiting people in this tight labor market?
God, I could go through so many stories. At the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. So I work out at Planet Fitness, and I would like talk to the people that work there. I'm like, hey, I have a job if you guys want to do it. And so I hired people that way, which is funny because like I knew about Indeed, and that's how I got my jobs. But I was like, there's no way I'm going to find people off of Indeed. And then I just, you know, threw a post one day, and I got like maybe 100 hits in like an hour after sponsoring it. I was like, oh my God, this is real. And so after like going through a vetting process and like hiring the wrong people multiple times, I now have like a very, very, very solid staff. And like I said, I was out for 2 months. Never a problem.
You know what to ask for now.
Now I know what to ask for. I know what to look for. I know what to ask for. You know, my staff right now are rock stars. They're awesome. But I went through all my challenges to get there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ammar, as you well know, the name of the show is Grow Omaha, so we are Omaha homers. And I want to ask you, as a still relatively new entrepreneur, talk to us a little bit about the Omaha business community. Why is this such a great place for you to start your business and to grow this business?
I saw on U.S. News maybe a couple months ago that this is either the biggest or the second biggest like growing city. And there's so many new developments here. There's so many new, like for me, restaurants. Like there's 2 opening up in Village Point. Mm-hmm. In like the next 6 months. There's so many like nice bars that can afford cleaning. There's so many like big office buildings, insurance companies, like all these people, law firms, all these people need janitorial service. So for me, that's perfect. You know, there's always expansions like you said earlier, along 204th corridor in the Coventry.
Yep.
I have a client there. The apartment's there. They're one of my clients. And so it's just, you know, there's so many developments everywhere. And so that really helps me. And that's why I use Grow Omaha, because I see what's opening up day by day.
We love that.
Day by day, I'm like, all right, they might need it. So I give them a call, and I got some clients that way. But I think Omaha's great. It's great right now for business.
Well, the name of the company is Flawless Finish. So if you're looking for a cleaning service for your restaurant, bar, office space, apartment buildings, and so many other commercial buildings, get in touch with Ammar Ramadan. Do a great job. And Ammar, we appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you for having me, guys.